What's the coldest game you've ever played in? Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 0 degrees.
It's crazy. The Kansas City game, I think, in 2019.
I think it was like 12 inches of snow on the field, like at least, like so much snow. And I was sick, getting those heat flashes. I get on the field and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I see Chris Jones. I'm like, this is the worst, it's the worst day of anyone's life.
That was pretty brutal. I ain't gonna lie. Buffalo might have been colder, but the Kansas City one was like right there next to that.
Rookie year against the Chiefs. Okay. I think that it was kind of snowing on that day.
Probably when I used to live in Kansas City when my dad played. He played in the snow when I was little, so 15 degrees.
Probably in Nebraska.
Okay.
It was probably back, I was back in college in Nebraska. It was probably -5 or something like that. It wasn't fun. It was awful.
In Calgary, we played a game against Winnipeg that was -35, -40.
Okay.
What does it feel like? Terrible. We played Texas Tech and it was cold as shit.
Really?
We had like walk-ons on the field because everybody was getting hurt. So when I got a turf toe, they was like, nah, you gotta stay in. I was like, what?